Yo, what's going on, guys? So today we have another client interview. We're about to do this episode with one of my good buddies, Senna Ahiaba from Switzerland, all across the world. I'm out here in California, man. It's across the world. It's gonna take me like a whole day to get over there. But anyways, I'm excited because this is our one of our most recent success stories. And Senna, I want you to really start off by kind of saying your name, where you're from, and how old are you, which is really impressive.
Okay, man. So my name's Senna Ahiaba. I come from Switzerland, born and raised, and I'm 21 years old, man.
Yeah, that's impressive. So I didn't know you were 21 years old until you got into our program because you're fucking young. But it's a good thing, right? I feel like being young is a good thing. We have a lot of 19, 20, 21-year-olds who want to learn how they can grow their online business, but they just don't know how to do it. And you're just a great testimony, right, of like what's possible. So, I want you to really talk about like before joining the Perfect Trainer, like what were you doing before the Perfect Trainer, and what was like your biggest struggle, right? Tell me a little bit of your background before joining us. I would love to hear that.
Okay, so like it was like in April 2021. And in that month, I joined another, coaching training platform where I was learning about how I can become an online fitness coach because I saw it and, I have like a huge dream that I like to achieve. And I thought that becoming an online fitness coach could be a very nice way to, on that journey to like fulfilling my dream to make myself independent and don't have to be, a normal worker anymore. So I started like learning a lot of, about sales, and I started to learn about a lot of about, the online fitness coaching space in general, watched me through the templates, and also started to really, trying to implement those things. But it was like a very huge training platform. And I have to say, maybe I am the type who needs a little bit more support than others, but I felt like I just had a really tough time and I just didn't get any clients. I mean, I jumped into self-independency, immediately because I thought the only backup that I had in my plan was, I don't know. I knew if I don't give up, then I will make it sooner or less. And that's the most important thing. If I don't give up, then I can't lose. And that was literally my mindset into jumping into this independency. I knew that I can make it. I knew if others can do it, I can do it as well. So I went on this journey, and I have to really admit, man, that, the first 6 months or anything, I was really, or even like before I came to the Perfect Trainer, and this is about like 8 month time frame, I procrastinated so much. I didn't do the outreach. I wasn't able to implement the stuff. And I thought that my, sales game was, I thought I had,
You thought you
adapted
were
something. And then when I came to the Perfect Trainer, I recognized that I have a lot to learn still, like a lot. So not even my sales skills were anywhere near that point where I am now. And I just really, really struggled with also having the structure, having a system, like especially the system part. It was just so loose and all over the place. And also the outreach, not near as, disciplined and consistent as it is right now. So I really was like a feather in the wind, man. I didn't know what I can do. I didn't know where to go. And I just kept pushing, I guess, in some direction. But
right.
yeah, man, it was not looking good, man.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you for sharing that with us, bro. And just to circle back to what you said, right, which was that you had joined like a previous coaching program, and for like 8 months you couldn't land any clients. What would you say, right? And again, I don't want you to say no names of other programs and stuff, which we'll keep that out, right? What would you say was the biggest difference between that other coaching program versus the Perfect Trainer? What would you say was the biggest like difference for you, right?
Yeah. So I would say definitely the biggest difference is that there in in their group chat and also in the calls and this and that it wasn't personal at all. I mean, there were so many people. I mean, it's it's normal, or I can also understand why it isn't that personal because there's so many people. But because of the reason that it isn't that personal, you really are just, you're just kind of a number and watching that stuff as it goes. And, oftentimes also questions that I had, got answered very vague, and also by not even the mentor of the whole thing,
Right.
from people on the side that are not even half as successful or half at that point where I would like to be. And now the
Yeah.
big difference to the perfect trainer is that it feels like family. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like family. I mean, I'm here in the group calls every time, having a good time. Every time when I come in the group calls, I learn something new. And
Right.
when I come to the group calls, I always leave the group calls with a very nice feeling and like new fuel to, crush it, man. I mean, there were also times where in the perfect trainer where maybe I fell back a little bit again because I was maybe a little bit procrastinating or anything. But then when I went into the course, went to the family and then got that new energy and got that new fuel, and then I went out again and started crushing it again. So that's so powerful. And also how like you really, watch for each of us very, very very individually, and really try to pull out our strength and really know what our pain points are, or the points where we have to improve ourselves, and really work on them, and be there for us, and really make sure that we reach our potentials. And that's the main difference, and that's also the reason why I made so huge steps within 1 to 3 months, and also why this whole journey, like 8 months of procrastination, 8 months of losing, 8 months of failing, was worth it if I ended up here at the perfect trainer where my progress is going through the roof.
Yeah, no, I love that, brother, and I appreciate you sharing it with me. I'm gonna try not to tear up. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that you mentioned, right, which is really powerful, which was the support aspect of it, right? And I also remember when you started with us, you had brought some of those auto habits that you had built with that other coaching program. In that first month, you were stagnant, right? Like you didn't really do much, but I knew the problem right away. And what we did together, and this is just for everybody who's watching, I hopped on a personal call with you 101 and I knew exactly what the problem is. I helped you set up a perfect game plan that in 30 days, if you followed it, there was no way you could fucking lose. And I told you yourself, there's no way you can lose if you listen and follow everything that I say you're going to do for the next 30 days. Then you had an option: listen to Assael or procrastinate and not listen, right? And then in those 30 days, what happened? And tell me kind of like your transformation of those 30 days. And also tell me how much you made in those 30 days. 'Cause I believe that was your best month you ever had in the history of online fitness coaching for yourself at 21 years old, which is really impressive. I'd love for you to share that with us.
Okay, cool. So, the transformation was really, really crazy. We implemented some new habits that at the moments were, a little bit, you need to get used to, of course, like with every habit. So I
Right.
started doing them, and over time, those things that I had really problems with became easier and a lot more efficient, faster. And what the results of those habits was that in 1 week, it was magic week, man. In this 1 week, I was able to get 3 clients. And yeah, with those 3 clients, I mean, that was more than I had within the whole 8 months, like in 1 week.
Right.
That's crazy. And yeah, it was amazing. And the total amount that I collected with that or generated was like 3,000. How much was? Wait, it was like, yeah, it was about 3,200 in 1 week.
That's good. That's awesome. And that was only in 1 week. That's impressive. That's good, man. That's awesome. And for 21 years old, I mean, that's pretty good. If you think about it logically in that 12-year time span, that's close to, if you're really focused, that's, you can make about 40,000 a year, and some people have to go to school and go work a 9 to 5 to just make 40,000 a year when you get to just do it from home, 21 years old. And you're just starting, what I'm saying? Like you're just starting. So just imagine where you could be a year from now. And if you really implement everything, you can go from 40 to 80
Mm.
real quick. It's actually not that difficult. And then 80 to 100, so you're almost there. And that's what I love to hear your story, right? And just how you were able to develop new habits in a time frame of only 30 days, a week. You crushed it. So I'm interested in hearing, right? What would you say was the ultimate best part about joining the Perfect Trainer? Would you say it was the support? Would you say it was the coaching calls? Would you say it was me? Right? What would you say overall in terms of your experience? What would you say you love the most of the Perfect Trainer?
Honestly, if I have to think about it, like I would say, yeah, I mean, Uriel, and the coaching calls.
Right.
That's really where I got the most value from. I mean, there's tons of value, of course, but where I really learned the most and was able to, yeah, where I really upgraded my skill set and made huge steps towards the person that I am right now, and also we're making huge steps to the person that I'm going to be in December, is
Right.
doing the coaching calls and through you and Uriel, 100%.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's impressive, and I appreciate you for sharing that with us. And it's ultimately right. It's just all about showing up, right? Being able to show up to those coaching calls, learn. And it's funny because when you came to us, you thought you were good at sales, right? And at least a lot of people think that when they come to us, they're good at sales because maybe they worked at 24 Hour Fitness or LA Fitness or Planet Fitness, and they think they know how to sell. But when they came to the perfect trainer, Senna went from hardly knowing how to sell to becoming really good at sales, right? This is something that we teach part of the perfect trainer is taking your clients to an experience. How he has a mic now. He has a really nice background set up. He's wearing a collar shirt. So all these things are things that we teach a part of the perfect trainer because it's about, you know, being this 6-figure online fitness coach already today. Even if you're not, you already have to be it. You have to show up like it. So sales is a really huge part that I feel like you've took a lot from. So what was your experience in a part of the perfect trainer in terms of the sales part? What did you take the most from sales? Like what was your overall experience with that?
Like, what was the most important thing that I learned, or how I really was able to learn so much about sales?
Let's do both. Let's do both.
Okay, cool. So, like I said, for me, where I really was able to upgrade the most was doing the live calls. And what we did were doing the live calls, with family. And that's also, yeah, fun to have. And also many times where we just laughed because at the beginning you're not the best at sales calls. There's so many funny moments.
Right.
But yeah, during the live calls when we like really did some role playing together and did like small games to warm up ourselves and to make our vocabulary even better, like also get better with words and don't say certain words that maybe could be not that beneficial for you then when it comes to your actual calls. And the role play that we did, I mean, it's crazy when I do role play with you, Assael. I mean, you're like an actor. That's crazy. I mean, you can pull out like 20 different characters, and that's amazing. I've never seen any person do that, man. That's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, man. It's all about that experience, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I appreciate you for sharing that with us, brother. And it's really crazy to see your story, right? Because you're so young and in a time from about a few months of just working with us, you went from 8 months of not, doing anything with another coaching program to coming with us in a week. You had already made signed 3 clients, 3.2K around that. It's pretty good, and that's not really counting all these other months that you have ahead of you. So that's really impressive, bro. And for somebody who is listening to this or maybe watching this right now, maybe they're 21 years old, maybe they're 30 or 50 years old, and maybe they are hesitant, right, with wanting to join the perfect trainer. They don't know if it's the right coaching program for them. What would you tell somebody that's like on the edge? They want to do it, but they're like a little afraid. What would be your biggest piece of advice, or what would you tell them, bro?
Okay, so I have two things. The first thing is like if you want to become an online fitness coach or like a trainer in general, and even like if you only would like to learn sales, this is the perfect place. I mean, it's so like in a family and the environment is so nice and the atmosphere is so good and so it's I mean only even if you want to learn those things, then I would definitely say the perfect trainer is really the top place that you could go to. And the second thing that I would tell you is, I mean, what could possibly the worst thing happen? The worst thing that could happen is that you will continue living and doing your normal job that you have right now. So I mean, it's your choice, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you for sharing that with us, man. And it shows a lot, right? And I'm extremely proud of the growth that you've had these past few months of being able to be a part of the Perfect Trainer. We actually just released the Perfect Trainer 2.0. I have already updated a bunch of videos, so my man Senna can go check those out. Everybody who's watching this, unfortunately, can't see it if you ain't inside of the Perfect Trainer. You know what I'm saying? So you're fucked. But unless you decide to join us, then you can always be inside us. So if you want to learn more about how you can grow and skyrocket your online fitness business, or you want to schedule a call with either me or my team, then just go ahead and book a call either somewhere on this video or up above. and I'll see if it's a good fit for the both of us to work together. And if not, no hard feelings, right? The ultimate intention is just to give you as much value, provide as much service as possible, and see if maybe sometime down the future we can work together. My ultimate intention on these calls and my team's intention is to provide as much value and service to you and see if it's possibly a good fit. If not, no hard feelings. If this sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and book a call, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.